Alright, I can't believe I'm doing this video.
So this video is inspired by someone I saw at the store last week when I was shopping. And I'll tell you that story when I get to which number of things it is. So here are the 3 things that scare me. And none of you better use this against me, because these are like actual fears that should not be used in any way against another human being. Fear number 1, dolls. I'm legit terrified of dolls, like dolls that look human-like and stuff. It takes a lot for me to even walk through like the doll section at a toy store at Walmart. Like that just freaks me out. Do you know how many movies are based like on this doll fear? Like I grew up with cousins and uncles and everyone who liked the Chucky series. That literally scarred me for life. I cannot even look at the doll or someone who looks like Chucky. My brother had a friend who literally looked like him, like short and crazy red hair. I was like, that's not cool. That's not cool. Get him away from me. I don't even know what it is that scares me about them. They're sort of this evil, indestructible thing, and they're tiny so they can just find you wherever you are. That's scary. That's terrifying. Like a murderer, yeah, that's bad, but a doll trying to murder you? That's just like, what? Fear number 2, old people. Now this one is sort of related to the first one. And not like all old people, like 50 through 70, but like the old people who are 80, 90, 100, who have like shrunk down and lost all their hair, or it's like super thin and just like wrinkles on wrinkles, and like they look a little bit like an alien doll. Like that's why I'm afraid of super old people. Not because they're super old people, but because they remind me of evil looking dolls. Now the story that prompted all of these things that scare me was when I was at the store buying the train tickets, and I heard this sweet old lady voice behind me, and a worker asked her to like come follow her up, and then I looked over and like it was a scary old lady. Like she was probably about 3'10" and like super high hair but a super thin, so I could probably count how many were on her head. I could see her little bald skull. And there she was, just chugging along right behind her. And I was like, oh, it's like a real life old person doll alien thing. That is terrifying. That is not cool. Personally, I would like to be old, but I don't know if I can be that old, because I might just terrify myself all the time. What if I'm an old man, like 100 years old, and I'm all shrinking down, like gross? Like, don't ever let me look in a mirror. That's horrifying. I don't want to see that. Finally, the last fear I'm going to tell you about, because these are not all the things I'm afraid of. These are just the ones I'm going to share with you. The last thing I'm afraid of are centipedes. The ones you see in your basement, or you see them in garbage sometimes, like the things that are like super long and hairy, and then they got all the legs, like a million different legs. That's so gross. That's like, I'm a guy, I'm supposed to be the one to kill bugs and stuff, and I would kill a spider, I will kill a gigantic ant, I will kill flies, I will kill bees. But if you face me against a centipede, I'm ashamed to say I still will ask my mom or my girlfriend or my brother to come kill a centipede if there's a centipede around me. Who needs that many legs? Like, who needs to run that fast when you're that tiny? Like, that's just, no. Easily, worst day of my life was when I was taking a shower, and I'm just taking a shower, doing my thing, and I always check all around, like the curtains and like at the ceiling, like at the bottom, like make sure there's nothing around, because bugs get in the shower sometimes. And so I'm taking the shower, and I go to like move the curtain. I got a little bit of soap, like shampoo and soap on me, and I'm wet. I move the shower, and I see this thing, like this gigantic centipede just on there, and then it just falls on the floor like a foot away from my foot. And I jump out. I just like jump out on the floor, completely soaked, water's still on. And so I like turn off the water, find every chemical I can find in the house, and just pour it on this thing to pray that it dies. I thought it was dead, and then like 6 hours later, when my mom and brother came home and looked at it, and then they went to try to pick it up, and it was still alive. It was still like moving and stuff. Those are the most evil insects ever. Alright, so what are you guys scared of? What just makes you shiver and just think that is horrible or gross or terrifying? It doesn't matter what it is. If it's one of my 3, then you're completely a normal person. So write what you're afraid about in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.